हरिः कर्ता।
Now let's select specific rows and columns from a data frame. So let's look into the data frame first. So this is our data frame, and out of this data frame I specifically want a values which are intersected by the row 2 with the column 1, a row 2 with column 4, row 4 with the column 1, row 4 with the column 5. So this is what I want, and this I want it as a separate data frame. So how can I do that? So let's look into one example for this. So this is what the data frame I want. Let's look into one example for the same. So let me get into, yeah. So I want the names of the passengers who are older than 35 years. Okay, you're getting my point. What I'm trying to say, get the names of the passengers who are who are older than 35 years. So what I'm going to do is, so here I have names. You see that, a name series and age series. So first I will apply a condition to age series and I will call for name. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's do that. So I'll say adult names. So it's users dot. For this we have to use a special function. So what is that special method? What is that? Let me show you. So to get a subset which consists of both rows and columns, which is made in one go, and just using selection brackets is not sufficient anymore, because there are a lot of complexities involved in this. When specifically interested in certain rows and or columns based on their position in the table, we have to use the iloc operator in front of the selection bracket. So if we go for the position, we have to use iloc. What is that position? We will do it in next example. But iloc is a method which makes filtering rows and columns simple, and in one go we can do that. So let's do that. So users, let me click on tab, and you should find lock. So lock is a simple one, and iloc is for the index. Here you should see the iloc. So but what I want is lock, lock. So I'm just clicking on loc, and then again it's as usual, you have to use a selection bracket, and then users, that's where I want to select from that database, and sorry, from that data frame, and out of that I am gonna apply a filter, the first filter here. So the first condition for age, and what's the condition? It should be greater than 35, and after that which which uh, which series you want to get filter based on this condition, that's name. So only these two I want, nothing else. It's like I want to get names, you see that, I want to get a names. This is name, and this is name series, and this is age series. Out of these two series, I want a records, a passengers records which who are older than 35. That means these are specific. Okay, only these, whichever is marked a light yellow, these records only I want. Okay, so I should get, let's see what will get it. I think it's clear. So let me and execute. So adult names, and here is that. Exactly, we got the users whose we got the users names whose age is more than 35, or users who are older than 35. That's it. So in this case, a subset of both rows and columns is made in one go, and just using selection brackets, so which is not sufficient anymore. So that's the reason the LOC operator are required in front of the selection brackets. When using LOC, the part before the comma is the rows you want, and the part before the commas are the rows you want, and the part which you mention after the comma is the columns you want to select. So which column I want to select is name, and these are rows I want. So this time I'm go with some, okay, part. Okay, so let me check what is the age, what is the sex of uh, the passengers whose age is older than 35. Let's check. So it's capital S E X, and let me execute, let me run this, and here, so it's a mixed, but you got the male and female. It's not the only domination of male or female, it's both. That's how we can change it. So name, and similarly we can also see whether male or female who has traveled more in class 1. So let me check that also. Just copy it, and okay, yeah, paste it here. So users, I'll go with the P class. Okay, let me directly copy from there, that would be better. P class, yeah, and equals to, I'll go with the 1. I just want to check 1, and okay, this time I'll check okay, class 1 names, and class 1, here are the candidates who has traveled in class 1. Maybe rich people, total 216 people. Okay, 216 passengers who has traveled on class 1, maybe rich. So let me check majority, uh, whether it is male or female. It's like exploring the data, nothing else I'm doing. I'm just exploring the data. I'm inferring what's happening with what had happened that time. So let me do the sex, and okay, class 1, class, sorry, yep. Oh, okay, 216. If you see from the data, it seems like majority. So You can apply, if you want a count, you can apply the count and you can check the majority of the either female or male. And if you want, you can do more. You can do, yep. So name, and then you got the sex, and then we have seen both. Okay, that's enough for now. So let's move into the another example. Now, this time I'm just want to get the rows from row 10 till 25 and column 3 to 5. So that's what I want. So I'll show you that what I want here. So here from 10th row to 25, but only two columns. So rows will be 10 to 25, but columns will be only two. So that's what I want. So these two columns and 10 to 25 rows. So basically it's a 15, it's a 16 times 3, 16 times 3. That's what I want. So I want a filter rows 10 till 25 and columns 3 to 5. Okay, M3 and execute. Here you should see. Let's do that. So what I'm gonna do is for this users dot ilock, and first rows as usual, rows first and then columns. You remember m by n matrix, m by n matrix same way. So I'll say 9, from 9 and till 25. So excluding 25, literally including 9 and excluding 25. So you know that indexing. Okay, indexing. So 25 is excluded, so 24 will be included. Then again rows 2 included, column 2 included, and then column 5 excluded, so till 4. So that's what happens. So 2, 3, 4. So total 3 columns will get it. So let me execute it, and here is the magic. You see, you got a total. Okay, if you want to see the shape, you can see that. So this is what these many rows and only these 3 columns. That's how we use ilock method. So again, a subset of both rows and columns is made in one go, and just using selection brackets is not sufficient anymore. So when specifically interested in certain rows and or columns based on their position, this is very important. In the table, use the ilock method or ilock operator in front of the, this is square selection brackets. In front of the selection brackets we have to use ilock operator or ilock method. So while selecting specific rows or columns with ilock or lock, new values can be assigned to the selected data. For example, to assign the name some anonymous values to the first 3 elements of the third column. How will we do that? So assigning values to the, assigning names to the first 3 columns. Okay, so let me do that. First 3. So here we have We'll take the user's data. So data frame and then iLock. So I'm gonna take rows, that's 0 2 3, and I'll have a 3. So out of this, these are the 3 columns I want to change. So let me say equal, and what's the value? New. So let me see that now. So now if I check the users, and here is the values changed inside the name. You got it? So what I did is I from 0 to 3, 0 to 3. Okay. So this 3 got excluded. So 0 1 2. So 3 records. In the 3 records, in the column 3, what's the column 3? 0 1 2 3. So the column 3 is name, and change these values to new. So this has been changed to new. You can clearly see it's been changed to new. Okay, it's a permanent change in the user's data frame. It's a permanent change in the user's data frame. You can see that it's permanently changed. Okay, that's how we change the values. So now points to be remembered in overall working on changing a data, changing and working with a data, or selecting a specific rows and columns in data frame is when selecting, first point, when selecting subsets of data, square brackets are used. It's called selection bracket. And second point, inside these brackets you can use a single column or row label, a list of column or row labels, or a slice of labels as we do in indexing, a conditional expression, or a colon. Anything you can include. And the third, select a specific rows and or columns using LOC when using the row and column names. Select specific rows and or columns using iLock operator when using the positions in the table. Positions in the table. And fifth, you can assign new values to a selection based on LOC or iLOC, iLock. Okay.